Good afternoon, YouTube. Today I'm going to talk about the craziest thing I've seen while working. Back in Las Vegas, I was doing foreclosures. In North Las Vegas, I locked up this house, done some things. I was heading back for the bank to remove some hazards in the house. From my opinion, nothing good comes from North Las Vegas. I didn't like the police there, the people there. Just North Las Vegas is more on the sketchy, rough side. So if you're going to Las Vegas, stay away from North Las Vegas. I get to the front door and the front door's not locked. And I was like, that's interesting. Should be locked, but it's not. I change the locks, but sometimes I get into a key changing battle with the homeowner in the bank. We want access, and so sometimes we lock it up. They change the lock, we lock it up. But anyway, the door wasn't locked. And I'm walking through the house. I'm going down the hallway, heading to the garage. The left peripheral vision, I notice something, and I do a double take. I see like part of somebody in the closet. I'm entering the bedroom, and I'm kind of like pie in the corner. I see this young black man, stretched up tall and kneeling, and I see a belt around his neck, and he tied it off to the hanger bar where you hang your clothes. It was like the guy was faking it. He was kneeling there, his eyes were closed. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I'm reaching out to touch him, and I get like 1 inch from him, and I'm just like, I can't do it. I can't touch this guy, He's dead. It's just creepy. You don't go around poking dead people, right? I stand back, and I'm looking at him, and then I notice a dried stain in his pants, kind of like the urine stain, after you die, you pee yourself. And so I see the dried stain there. He didn't really stink to me. It was winter time. I'm sure if it was hot, he would have been raunchy. And I noticed he was kneeling on a blue Tupperware bin lid. I just knew he was dead. I called 911, and I'm like, hey, I tell them what I do. I do foreclosures. I lock up houses for the bank. I have a deceased person in the house, suicide victim. They say they'll send somebody right away. I took some pictures, but that was many cell phones ago. I don't know if I can even find the picture. But I go out to the front yard, and I'm standing out there, and like 3 cop cars go by the cul-de-sac. Woo, 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 woo. The 4th guy pulls in the cul-de-sac and said, hey, there's a shooting down the street. We'll be right with you. Takes off. 5 minutes later, rookie cop shows up. He's all bummed out because he didn't get to go to the shooting. He had to come, ID a dead guy with me. At that point, I wasn't allowed in the house anymore. For the next 3 hours, more cops came. I keep giving my story. I was like, man, I'm like a broken record. I feel like I should just tape record it, and maybe that's a good idea for someone. If something bad happens, have the app that say it once, push play for, repeat. Finally, the investigator shows up. Crime scene guys show up, and I'm telling you, they did not have cool cameras like on TV. Their camera was like a basic Canon, Nikon thing, but no fancy flashes and all that crazy stuff. That's all movies. I was talking to the detective, and I asked him, like, hey, how often do you see suicides by tying a belt around your neck and hanging from the closet bar? And he says, you know what? He says, I see it quite often. And the reason it works is because you pass out. You could choke yourself off for 10, 15 seconds and pass out and just cinch up around your neck and just not wake up. Fairly painless, easy way to die. And I'm not recommending suicide to anybody. Anyway, it's kind of surprised me, I thought they'd probably choose other methods, but it's probably one of the most effective and least painful ways to go. That is my craziest work experience. And for the next, for the next 2 weeks, when I turned off all the lights in my house and I'd be walking to my room, in the upper right-hand corner, I would see this guy's face. And he haunted me for 2 weeks, and then he began to fade. Turn off the lights, I had this haunting image that would follow me. This cracks me up too. From that experience, I got my concealed weapons permit, and I began carrying on the jobs that I did. The guy was dead. He could not hurt me. He couldn't do anything to me. But he's the guy who mentally, I made the decision to carry a weapon with me. The confrontational people I had issues with, I'll share the Rambo knife story with you guys later. And other incidents, the big dogs, the knives, the guns pulled on me, never bothered me. But the dead guy bothered me. Anyway, doesn't make sense, but I had more emotions with the dead guy, I think, and he haunted me. That encouraged me to get my concealed weapons permit. That is my craziest work experience. If you've got any crazy stories, let me know. I've got a few more to share. Anyway, stay tuned. Bye, Felicia.